Good day everyone! So today we are going to discuss the floor Mac call script. Call centers provide a one-on-one experience between the customer and the representative or agents to resolve issues and locate information. Call centers that rely on scripts to guide representatives ensure an accurate and speedy response to customer inquiries. So when we say floor Mac call script, it is a verbiage that's used by the agent to deliver their statement to the customer. Sometimes, it is a verbiage pattern toward to the process that they need to do or a script to deliver their communication. Sometimes, it is called a clean call flow. So when to use call center scripts? A variety of industries use call center scripts to provide customers with specific representatives that can answer their questions and solve their problems. So first, we have the business process outsourcing. So business process outsourcing or BPO is one such industry which is focused both on companies' internal processes and on customer communication. So the BPO that takes care of customer communication utilizes the contact center software the most. The call center agent that work in BPO with customer communication as their primary focus often needs to manage the inbound as well as outbound calls. With these calls, call center agents sell the services of their clients and order the customer support on an extended level. For this, they need to fetch and maintain the customer's data in the CRM, maintain the call histories, call recordings, the customer's past issues, their resolution histories, and etc. to improve the customer's experience of their clients. With a small mistake or interpretation of the customer data or queries can lead to the loss of high-valued customer. Thus, a call center software is highly utilized by the BPO industry. Second, we have healthcare. A patient, when diagnosed with any small infection to any major disease, expects personalized care from everyone and especially from the doctor. So, when the hospital staff offers him personalized care through multiple communication channels after his visit, he feels like being treated the best. The healthcare industry has already started using the call center technology in order to offer premier customer services to their patients. Patients can choose their preference of communication, appointment notification, billing details, and etc. is taken care by the contact center software. All the inquiries for insurance claims including outbound as well as inbound calls, application information, and etc. have been managed by the more carefully and precisely by the call center software. Third, we have the automotive. When each industry is looking forward to improve the customer experience, the automotive industry has not left behind. The automotive industry is one of the leading industries that utilizes the call center software. So with the contact center software, the automobile companies are looking to manage all operations for all the existing as well new service stations just in order to satisfy their customer needs. Customers are most likely to come back to the companies that offer the post-sales services like vehicle maintenance services from time to time, selling off the spare parts, etc. So, the contact center software helps with everything from calling the customer to their due maintenance service, to birthday wishes, to offering them specialized discounts on spare parts and many more. Fourth, we have the telecommunication. The telecom industry has seen the major competition for a few years when it comes to prices for the phone calls and the internet. So if they are not a step ahead to improvise their customer experience, then it is likely to lose the business. The telecom industry has to offer multiple calling as well as internet usage offers in order to acquire more customers. Also, with the wide usage of technology, there are times when there are issues with the network or the calls. So, for all these issues, contact center software plays a vital role here to manage and maintain everything. Hence, telecom industry sees a great future with the call center software. Fifth, we have the banking and financial services. Banking and financial services are always crucial regarding customer experience. If a person is making online transaction of transferring a huge amount to someone, and if that shows an error and he sees a deduction of that amount from his account, imagine the level of frustration he would have. This is just one banking instance where great customer service is extremely required. When contact center software, the person would not need to wait in the long waiting queue and the call will be routed to the agent available. Also, his issues will get saved in the system, which will be accessible by any agent answering his call next time. Banking and financial industry makes the best use of the contact center software for management and maintenance of the loan offerings, policy inquiries regarding various taxes, government rules and updates, and etc. with the help of the automated calling, transferring, recording, and many others. Sixth, we have the restaurants and food services. Restaurants and food service industry sees the highest competition as it not only competes with the locals but also with the premier ones. To improve the customer experience, it is the must for this industry to stand up to a level where it is easy to the customers to reach to the restaurants and share their feedback, complaints, suggestions, and etc. Restaurants and food service industry has grabbed the usage of contact center software to improve the communication with the customers. The software can store the customers' data who visits regularly and shares their feedback regularly, can help the restaurant owners to take corrective decisions to win the competition through offering the great customer service. Lastly, we have the travel and transportation. Like restaurants and food services industry, travel and transportation industry can only win their customer through offering a great customer experience. Call center software is now widely utilized by this industry. The contact center software makes offering travel deals, solving travelers' issues, flight bookings, cancellation, typo errors in the flight tickets, etc. easy and quick. Thus, that utilizing this software can break your customer flow and leave worse reviews for your business. How to develop call center scripts. Call center scripts are best when they feel conversational, unrobotic, and avoid standard responses that may seem ingenuine. With the right script, companies can achieve their objectives while providing excellent customer service and demonstrating that they value the customer. First, use call recording. Recording calls can provide insight into how effectively call center representatives are communicating and how the script sounds to the customer. By evaluating the script, companies can make changes to the script sounds better and improves how effective it is. Call center representatives who have a good call history can provide the foundation for improving scripts and training new representatives. Second, use positive reinforcement. Scripts that begin with positive reinforcement assure the customer they made the right decision to call and the representative will handle the issue. Start script with positive response questions to create a positive beginning to the call. Prompt customers to make yes responses by asking to verify their name, date of birth, or address. Establishing a positive start to the call can calm callers and set the tone for the rest of the conversation. Use concise language. Since the goal is to quickly and efficiently identify and solve issues, make sure conversations are concise and to the point. To diffuse what may be an already tense situation, keep the script simple and straightforward. Review scripts periodically to make sure they only contain relevant information. Keep customer response in mind. Ideally, scripts provide time to allow the customer to talk and answer questions. Script serves as more than a monologue. They are an introduction to a productive call. Validate customers' concerns by allowing them to respond or redirect the conversation. Include a way for representatives to repeat the customer's concern or request so they can demonstrate that they understand the customer's needs. Number 5. Stay authentic. When speaking to customers, it's important to remain authentic. Focus on scripting polite language in a positive, professional tone that conveys empathy for the customer and recognizes the importance of the call. 6. Keep it flexible. While companies can anticipate why a customer calls and therefore script responses to a variety of situations, it can be challenging to script an entire conversation rather than reading for word. Flexible scripts allow for customers to interrupt or redirect. Keep scripts flexible and provide thorough training for agents so they know how to respond to unexpected situations. 7. Offer an apology. Win customer trust and loyalty by providing a thorough response to the customer's call. Offer apologies if it is in order, but be sure to follow through on the promise. I can take care of that for you. Last, keep adapting. Customer needs and company policy may change over time, and your call center scripts will evolve as well. Consider scripts to be works in progress and regularly revisit your scripts to make changes, add language, or make other revisions. So the questions here is, what are the benefits of call center scripts? So let's see. Call center scripts provide many advantages such as keeping themes unified and effective. Scripts allow for faster and more effective problem solving, which can save the company money over time. Scripts can give agents the tool they need to be efficient and thorough, which may reduce training hours and turnover. They also ensure the company communicates in a legally required language. So here are the tips for using effective call center scripts. Number 1. Create conversational scripts. Number 2. Provide script training. Number 3. Read the script out loud. 4. Role play to test the script. And last, use test groups. Number 1, we have to create conversational scripts. Make sure your script sounds natural. Be clear and concise. Number 2, provide script training. Train agents to use script as a guide and resource so they become familiar with language and tone, enabling them to remember the script easier. Third, read the script out loud. Hearing the script spoken can alert you to misspellings, grammar, errors, or awkward language. Number 4, role-playing or role-play to test the script. Testing the script in a back and forth conversation is a great way to discover where you need to make revisions. And lastly, use test groups. Test groups can be used to gather customer satisfaction and quality scores. Test groups can score your script and offer feedback on how and why it does or doesn't work. 8 Mac call sample scenarios to practice. So these sample Mac calls will help you in variety of training situations and get your sales team pipped for the real world. Number 1. A simple cold call for new sales reps. Number 2. Overcoming the gatekeeper. Number 3. The customer who is on their way off the phone. Number 4. The beggar. Number 5. The I don't have time for now or send me the info in an email. Number 6. An insistence that the product isn't right for them. Number 7. Dealing with C-level executives. 8. The worst person in the world. Number 1. A simple cold call for new sales reps. So when you're training new sales reps, a simple call without firm objections from the customer is a good place to start to have them get familiar with the general structure of calls and the standards your company has for sales calls. So points to touch on are introductions and greetings, getting to the point quickly, dealing with minor objections. Second, we have overcoming the gatekeeper. Though you may overlook this type of person as they can't directly give you a sale, they hold the key to those who can, and you need to win the gatekeeper over to gain access. So, the points to touch on are make them feel valuable because they are. Explain what or who you're looking for. And lastly, make yourself sound important so they don't brush you off. Third, the customer who is on their way off the phone. People don't always treat salespeople nicely. If you happen to get on the phone with one of these people who seems like all they want to do is hang up, make sure you're kind and patient with them. But try to get your key points across as soon as possible in case they abruptly end your call. Points to touch on are get important info out as quickly as possible. Try to get contact info so you can follow up later. And lastly, knowing when to close. For our fourth, we have here the beggar. You may find some people asking for a discount right off the bat. These are the kind of people that will require you to be more persuasive. Prepare yourself with a few points on what value your product will provide to the customer. Or in other words, why should they pay the price for your product or service? You need to make them believe it's worth the price you're asking for. So points to touch on, we have here, focus on your product service. Explain why the product is worth the cost, what value it brings to the customer. Consider offering a sample or a trial. Number 5, we have the I don't have time right now or send me the info in an email. We all get busy sometimes, so it's important to be understanding when dealing with one of these people who just trying to end the call as soon as possible. Make sure you're being respectful of their time while also stressing the importance of the call. If you can create a sense of urgency, you may be able to entice them to stay on the line. Points to touch on, open-ended questions, focusing on the most important information, and lastly, creating a sense of urgency. Sixth, an insistence that the product isn't right for them. Not good enough. Other competitors are better. It would be too hard to implement. Yes, these are some examples of excuses you might hear from the people who are too comfortable with their current situation. They may already be using a similar product or services from one of your competitors. Prepare yourself with a few reasons why your product is the better option. A better price? Better features? Better customers? Services? Etc. So the points that you need to touch on are why your product or services is better than your competitors. Ask why they like their supplier. Finding their pain points and explaining how you could help them. 7. Dealing with C-level executives. When dealing with people at the top of a company who have all the say, all the power, you may find yourself feeling intimidated. Have confidence in your company, your products, services, and in yourself as a salesperson. Make powerful statements and don't second guess yourself. Pay close attention to your body language and tone of voice as they'll be able to sense any indication of fear or inexperience. The points you need to touch on are be confident, make powerful statements, and convince them that you're worth their time. Last, we have the worst person in the world. Believe it or not, there are people who will yell, curse, and be incredibly rude to strangers on the phone. It's difficult to truly prepare yourself to deal with people like this, but as long as you can keep your cool and not snap back at them, you should be just fine. Try to get a few points in about your product or get alternate contact information so you can follow up later. So the points that you need to touch on are how to keep composure, get key points out if possible, obtain alternate contact information. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned a lot. So See you to our next discussion. Toodles!